probably said this before, but this Scion XB Waverly's car, which by the way, seriously, what is that doing in there? Not good. Need a lesson in cleanliness. But I'm telling you, this is my favorite car. Out of all three of our cars, we have a Jeep Wrangler, a Toyota Venza, which is probably, the nicest car, I guess, and then this car. I love this car the best. And I've even thought about trading with her, but she doesn't want to drive the Jeep. The only reason why I'm driving this right now is because she's out of gas and she wants me to buy her some gas. Isn't that nice? That's nice. Such a nice father. But I'm telling you, this car is zippy. It's fun. It's a way zippier than the Wrangler, man. That thing is like a beast. It's like you gotta mash down on the gas to get that thing to go. This car is zippy. And I've driven one of these for quite a while when our church owned one back in early 2000s, like one of the first Scion XBs that came out. And so I love this car. Got into the post office just in time. Crazy in there. And I had to mail an eBay book. A book that somebody purchased on eBay. And they always ask, because I want to mail it media mail, saves a lot of money. And they always ask, what's in the box? Media, that's what's in the box. They're like, well, it could be subject to search. Search away. There's a book in there. Harry Potter book. Sold it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Waverly's not saving this stuff for a reason in her car. I just got her gas, which is very nice of me, and I just cleaned out her car. Now there's water in a bunch of these, so maybe she's, watering plants on the side of the road, or I don't know what she's doing, but I'm gonna save the bottles of water and throw the rest in the trash so that somebody can pull it out and recycle it. Sharing is caring. Waverly Trotter, what are all of these water bottles?
First of all, I do not know whose water bottle this is. I didn't even think we lived by Sam's Club. I have no idea where this is from, but I can explain for you.
There were tons in the car.
I know.
Tons of stuff, tons of junk, tons of trash. And you know what I did? I poured them all in there so that you could water plants with those.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Today, I want to give you 2 book recommendations and then let you know about 3 books that I'm also reading that I can't necessarily recommend, but I would just say I'm reading them and I'm finding them interesting. But 2 that I'm going, these 2, I love them, all right? The 2 book recommendations, number 1 is Evil Plans. Now, if you've seen me recommend books much at all, I recommend this all the time. It's a little dated in some of its examples. But Hugh MacLeod, this guy is amazing. I was trying to get him on a podcast not too long ago. I think I've got his cell phone number actually on my phone. I never was able to pull off the timing of that. This is from 2011. I guess it's not that old. But this book, subtitle, Having Fun on the Road to World Domination. If you are a wannabe entrepreneur, if you've got something, a passion that's kind of welling up inside of you that you're going, man, I just want to do something great in this world, this book is for you. My evil plan is kind of getting a little weak and I need it to be eviler, all right? If you haven't read the book, you don't get that, but it's not about being evil. It's about doing something great in the world. So check out this book. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Also, 3 others that I'm reading before I give my last recommendation. Finding God in the Waves. So if you are from a Christian background and you're wrestling with faith and trying to constantly grow and learn and everything, look at that, I'm about 1/3 of the way through this guy. This guy's name is Mike McHargue. Otherwise known as Science Mike. He was a Christian, then an atheist, and now he's a follower of Jesus who knows God in the age of science. And he runs a podcast called Ask Science Mike and the Liturgist podcast. But I saw this recommended and I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of interesting. Science isn't like a big passion for me, but this is an interesting book. The other book that is really challenging me and inspiring me is The Great Spiritual Migration, How the World's Largest Religion is Seeking a Better Way to Be Christian, Brian McLaren. He may be a little too out there for some of you, but I'm enjoying it. I'm about halfway through and I'm finding it to be stretching, inspiring, and invigorating. So I'm enjoying that. The third book I have not started yet. My friend Louis Baker recommended this, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. And it's a philosophy book and it's thick, and we'll see if I can get into it. But Louis Baker recommended that, so I got it. And the final book that I highly, highly recommend is Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. The tactics, routines, and habits of billionaires, icons, and world-class performers. Emerson Trotter. I'm doing a little blog here and I'm recommending Tim Ferriss's book. You should read it. So Tim Ferriss has interviewed a couple hundred people and he picks kind of the top people. I don't think he puts them all in the book. Maybe he does. And basically surmises, brings to a point their greatest point that they're trying to make on his podcast interview. There's nuggets of wisdom, there's quotes, there's links, there's suggestions, it's practical tools, and he breaks the book into healthy, wealthy, and wise. And we all know that I need all three of those. Okay, all three of them I definitely need. Somebody asked me the other day what has been the most impactful part about this book, and I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I loved his podcast, and his name is Derek Sivers. Derek Sivers, page 184. This is a guy who created CD Baby. So Derek Sivers created CD Baby in 1998, and he sold it for $22 million in 2008. So that's a good thing. So his big quote, I guess I would say, is, and I'm trying to find it here. Basically, his point was that if you can't say, oh, here we go. Once you have some success, once you have a little bit of success, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. So the whole point is that if you don't have success, if you're just getting started in something, you gotta say yes to everything. You gotta say yes to pro bono projects, you gotta say yes to little bitty opportunities, you gotta say yes to every lunch, meeting, dinner, everything. But once you have a little bit of success, if you're not clear that the opportunity is actually a hell yes, yes, I gotta do that, then it's probably a no for a lot of reasons. There's a lack of clarity in why you would be doing that. It's off target, it doesn't meet your goals, it doesn't value your skill set, whatever the reasons might be. If it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. And I'm finding that to be very, very helpful for me these days. So, Tools of Titans, Sapiens. I highly recommend this, and I highly recommend this, and I'm enjoying, I haven't gotten started on this, but I'm gonna jump into that. I'm enjoying these two books. So, if you're a reader, check them out. I read in spurts. So, check out those books. And if you've got a book that you want to recommend to me, leave it in the YouTube comments or wherever you're watching this. Tell me about it or shoot me an email, david@davidtrotter.tv. I'd love to hear about it. All right.